Hey guys, in this video we're going to create an AI agent for customer service, but we're going to do it in a different way than last time because Llama Index released their workflows, and workflows offer a completely new approach to building agents in a really cool way. My name is Luc Alleman and I'm the founder of Everyman AI. I've been building AI solutions for the past few years and I am now making YouTube tutorials to share my knowledge. At the end of this video, you will see firsthand how we create a customer service agent that can answer questions about delivery times and basically anything else that a customer service agent should know. Okay, so before starting with the code, I would like to go through the logic behind it, because when I started this, I had a hard time wrapping my head around it and really understanding it. So as you can see here, we have start event, and that's basically the default. Whenever we start our program, it gets to start event. And the thing about agents is that we want to get to a specific direction. So we first want to classify the query, and that's basically which direction do we want to go. So if we start at the middle one, this is basically retrieval augmented generation, and whenever we have some information in our documents, it can look it up. Okay, this is the simple one because we don't really need an agent for this. The real power is in these two, and that is that it can have access to the data about a specific order. If a user has a question like, when is my product being delivered? We need to know an order ID because we cannot do anything yet because we don't have the order ID. So if that is the case, we want to send it to a request order ID event, and it will request the order ID, and once it gets the order ID, we can do an order lookup. So the order lookup event will look in the database, gets the information about the delivery, and whatever path we choose, we all come to the response event. And the response event is just writing it to natural language because we get data here, and the data is not nice to read. It doesn't really belong in a chatbot. And the response event uses ChatGPT or another large language model, and it makes a nice readable response. We format the response, and then we go to stop event, and we can go again, start all over again, or we can just stop if we don't have any questions anymore. And now that you get the logic behind it, we can make it in code and see how it works in real life. Okay, so obviously we need to start with doing the imports. We're using the event, start event, stop event, workflow, and step from the workflow library. We're importing OpenAI for the completions. To save our documentation into vector databases, we retrieve the correct info with these two, and we're having our own data from here. So this is the data with the delivery times and the order numbers in it, and we're loading here the OpenAI API key. So the next thing is that we need to define our custom events. So as you look here in the graph, we have 4 events. The first one, the query event, carries the user's query, and this could be about the topics in the documentation or other data sources. We have the response event, and this is the one that makes it a nice response that you want to read, so in natural language. We have the order lookup event and request order ID event for the custom retrieval of the delivery times. We will now create the customer service bot, and this is the core of the program, and we need to give it some data. So this is where the documents are stored. These are here. So we have 4 documents with some text in it. So order status, product info, return policies, and some information about the product and Q&A basically. We store it in a vector database, and with the retriever and the query engine we can retrieve our data. So as I said before, the first step for an agent is classify which direction it wants to go, and this is what we do here. So we use the step, and as you can see here, that are these functions, and we ask it to classify the following customer query into one of these categories: product information, order status, return policy, technical support, or other. And then we get the classification response, and that will give us something to work with because we now know the direction that we want to go. So if we have an order, then we can go to the order lookup event because we don't need to request the order ID. So that's what we do here. We give it the event order lookup event. So, and if we're interested in getting the order status, but we don't have any order ID, we want to request that. So that's when we're sending it to request order ID. And if it's something else, we can just use a query event, and that's the basic one where we can get data from one of these documents. We're now making the next step, and that is request order ID. So if this one needs to be called, it's going to this one. And as you can see here, the logic that we see in the graph here is defined over here in the function. So it starts with a start event. Okay, that's here. It will then output or query event, as you can see here, or the lookup event, or request order ID event. And this one can start when it has the request order ID event. So that's nice because that's exactly what we want, and we want to have a response event with the data from that. So now you can see the logic that's coming into play here. So if we go to the next one, we can look up order information, and that is only run once we have the order ID. So if we have the order ID, we want to look up the delivery times for that order, and that's where get data comes into play. So this is a really simple data frame which contains the order IDs and the delivery dates. So we get that over here. So this is all hard-coded, the response, and it can just say the delivery time for order ID is the delivery time. So now the retrieval augmented generation part. We can now use the query engine to just ask the query and we get a simple response. And that can be anything regarding the order status, well, the basic order status, the product information, return policies, or technical support with Q&A. We have the format response, that's just a nice interface for us to see what it says. And now the last one is the generate response. And this is once we have information from the retrieve information one, we return a response event. This one needs a response event, and it returns a response event as well, which then goes to format response and then gets stopped. So you might wonder now, okay, but these two are both getting response event. So that's a bit weird, because how does a program know which one to choose? This is where some really powerful stuff comes into play, because we can really make different paths go sideways of each other. That's something for the next video. This is the basics of how we use workflows to create really advanced chatbots or agents. And if we want to run this, we need to make a main function that gets into the loop. And if the user says exit, quit, or buy, we break it, and otherwise it just waits for the result. So if we test it out, we can see here that we can put some information in it. So can I have some product info? We print out the steps that it's taking, and we can see here the product has these dimensions. Okay, so this is all going fine, but the real power is inside this one. When is my product arriving? To check the status of your order, please provide your order ID. Okay, so if we now do 001, the delivery time of your order is this date. Okay, perfect. And if we do it at once, so when is my order for 001 arriving, we can see that it super quickly gets the result. So Llama Index workflows provide a super powerful and modular approach to building intelligent agents like this by breaking it down in simple tasks and just creating a sequence of things that the agent has to do. And it's super flexible, it's extensible because we can just add something in between, and we can really structure our agents very well. And in this example, we made a customer service bot, but you can make everything you want with just making different functions and giving it a different sequence. By really understanding the logic behind the agents, you can get started and make your own agents. Thanks for watching the video. I think the real power lays in connecting this with real-time APIs and getting access to real-time delivery dates and putting this, for example, on a Shopify shop. And this is something where business owners will pay you money for, because you can really save them some time by reducing the amounts of emails they get and headaches they have from responding to all the customer service tickets they have. The link to my GitHub is in the bio, so if you want to check out the code, go to the GitHub. And if you have any questions regarding the agents or basically any other AI related stuff, please let me know. If you've enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.